Jason Last Quarter Arcade. So this is the playfield I picked up of the 1949 Gottlieb sharpshooter. I want to show you guys underneath it, like in depth. So I started taking out all the bulbs. These are the coils. So this is the coil that, so I can't get my hand in there, but whoop, don't want that to fall. So when you hit the, this is the flipper right there. I'm doing it with my hand, and this is the coil. It's the other flipper. So you would replace the things from underneath that go on top. And I'll show you the top. I just took everything off the playfield because I'm going to clean it. This is the trough where the balls go in. And then when you hit this thing, when you hit that mechanism, the ball falls into there. And you hit it and it pushes it up. Now, pinball machines like that are new or modern, it automatically does it. But you have to manually do this. So like I said, there is electronics in this because, there are fuses and there's lights and things. But all the sounds are not from a computer board. There's no computer boards in here. It's all mechanical. So it like hits a bell and makes it, that's why all it does is ding. Because there's no other type of computer sound to it. But everything's, mechanical, switches and rollers. And these, you got to be careful with these machines because you could get your ass zapped. So, even though there's not too much electricity, but anything can zap you pretty good. So the transformers down there. But this is all new to me because I've never had one of these machines. And the only other electromechanical machine that I have is this one. So this one's from 1973. More advanced than that one, obviously. It has the scoring reels. But it still doesn't have speech. It doesn't have, I don't know if there isn't a computer board back there. There isn't. I don't think they became computerized. I'm just going to guess. Because this is 1978. And this is one of the first, it's called solid state. So it has like the digital scoring instead of the reel, like, the reel that spins scoring. And there is computer boards in here because they had to fix the computer board in here a couple times. The sounds are more advanced. It's not just a bell or whatever. This one does, I'm pretty sure it does have a computer board. I don't know. 73? I'm going to say it does, but primitive. But the first pinball to have speech, where it talked, was Gorgar, I think in 1981. That came out, 80 or 81. That was the first one. But this thing, no, it had nothing, bare minimum. And it's all wood. It's not MDF. Like, they built this thing by hand, no machines, Everything's by hand. 5 cents. Takes 5 cents. And when you push the 5 cents in, I'll show you what it does. That's how it engages, and the coin drops down there. But when this comes down, it'll push the lever on here, the switch, and it'll start the game. And that's how the game starts. Because without money in it, if I turn this, I plug it in, it's just like this. Doesn't light up, doesn't do anything. But then when you put money in it, all of a sudden, it does that. It'll turn on the back box. It'll light up. But I want to show you the playfield. I took everything off the playfield, all the posts and everything. I have to take the pop bumpers out, but I have to do that underneath. So I'll take these out. I'll leave the flippers though because they're fine. I'm not going to replace these. I'll replace probably the coils and stuff underneath. But that's how the playfield looks, pretty much stripped. And here's all the stuff that I took off. The caps, the posts, these things. Right, this thing. Took this thing out, which went right here. Took the shooter rod out, which is right here. because I want to clean it and put a new shooter rod in. So, shooter rod went right there. Whoops. Now it goes on the floor. So that's that. I just wanted to show you guys that. And that's what I'm doing today. But look at all my 5 cents for the machine. Took all the bulbs out. So replace those. You could put LEDs in this, but you would need to put a transistor, because if you don't, they're going to flicker. So I think the guy put LEDs behind here, because LEDs run cool, and the incandescent lights, like these ones, remember when you were a kid and you would touch the light bulb and it would burn your hand because it got so hot? Well, the LEDs don't do that. You could touch an LED now all day and it's going to be cool. So what happened was, back in the day when they painted these were painted. It wasn't a sticker. It wasn't, you know, something like that. Even though this has LEDs, but the paint over time, the heat from the bulb would make the paint flake. That's why when you see these old back glasses, they're like flaked and they're damaged because the heat over time from the incandescent bulb would get so hot. And, you know, it would fade the plastic. So this is incandescent. He does have a couple of LEDs in here, and this is an LED. So I didn't put the LED in there, but I can take it out. Yeah. So the white one, they're both white. Well, this is clear. LED, not LED. Let me see if I could see the, sometimes they have the year on the bulb. See if I could see it. No, it doesn't. I'm sure it's not from 1949. That's a hell of a bulb. If it lasted 76 years and it's still turning on. But another thing, if you ever see pinballs, I think in the 30s, I'm not sure when the first one came out with, I think 1936 was the first pinball that had actual flippers. And it didn't even have flippers like with the button here. It had a lever, but flippers on the playfield, and you would have to turn the lever in order to hit the ball every time. But the whole reason why pinball is named pinball is because they didn't have pop bumpers. They didn't have rubber rings to make the ball go into. They had posts, things like this, all over the playfield in different spots. And you would hit the ball, and the ball would kind of like go wherever. And before flippers, it was a game of chance. There was no, and I'm not going to get into, because this video will be like the whole day. Go watch The Man Who Saved Pinball on Netflix. It tells you the whole story about it. But the reason why it's called pinball is because they had the ball, right? The silver ball. And they had pins, these things, all over the playfield. Pin, ball. So if you're ever on Jeopardy or you're drunk with your friends, you can tell them that useless information. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. And I'll show you the after, which is going to be, I don't know when, but I'm going to clean this, take these off, clean the playfield, and then go from there. Like, subscribe, comment. Have a good one.